Welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're going to be going over set number 75347, the TIE Bomber. Now the first thing I want to say about this is the first TIE Bomber that we have had since 2003. It only took LEGO 20 more years to make another one, and this one is really amazing. So here's some quick other details. It came with 4 minifigures, and we'll talk later about those. And it has 625 pieces. As per usual, I'm going to be going over design, play features, interior, minifigures, and cost. I also want to point out, size-wise, it is pretty similar to the LEGO TIE Fighter that I reviewed earlier. Please go check out that video if you're looking for that. And we're going to be comparing it a little bit to its size comparative to that other TIE Fighter. So getting straight into the design category. In this set, we came with a little sidecar right here. You could have one of the minifigures driving this, and it's got a little bit more ammunition for the TIE Bomber. It looks really nice for a sidecar build. There's nothing like strictly to base this off of, so it's really LEGO's own design. And I think it looks really great. It does what it's supposed to do. It's simple. It's not doing too much. Love the little lights down there. That just makes so much more for it. It's a really great side build for that. For the set itself, this has to be one of the cleanest, smoothest looking TIE Fighters, TIE Bombers that you've ever seen. Just this rounded detail part that we don't have on like the cockpit for the TIE Fighter right over there, or any other TIE Fighter in general, even TIE Interceptors. They all only use this printed cockpit piece, but I really love how they have these smooth parts right there. It makes it look really, really nice. Turning around to the wings, you can see more of the same very nice tiling pieces, and that's a printed piece, not a sticker, which is always a great addition. You see a little bit of the bottom of the wings right back there. And then the backside, probably one of my favorite parts of this set. Just look at how smooth and like just perfect that looks. Those engines, they look amazing. If you're ignoring like that back paneling on the tiles right there and just looking at those engines, they look so smooth. From the top, it's actually quite long, almost as long as a hand length, and definitely much longer than a minifigure for scale. And so it makes it look, you know, really, really realistic, really good like that. You can see they've got some nice tiling features and just, you know, these extra little features that they have hidden in there. Even the mechanism for opening the cockpit does look really well integrated in there, along with the stud launchers, which, you know, per past, we've seen stud launchers or spring-loaded launchers that really rather stick out of sets and make it kind of bulky, but these look really, really good. Just this little push button right there. The only problem I do have with the design is you can probably barely see them. Those blasters right there and on the other side right there. Now, they should be a little bit more prominent, probably a little green stud there instead of just the gray. Would have made it look a little more prominent, I think. The bomber function looks really good. Let me give you a quick view of the underside of that as well. But everything else about it looks really good. You can see you've got those 4 bombs that stick out right there, and this part is actually part of the landing craft, and we'll get into that with the play features category. But overall, besides that one little detail right there, this is an amazing set. That hardly makes a difference. So design, it's going to be getting a 10 out of 10. Moving into play features. In addition to having these extra missiles that you can load up in here, these can simply be pushed out and they go really, really easily for stud launchers. Sorry, not stud launchers, flick fire or push fire missiles. They look really, really good. They come out really easily, and they're bombs. That's what they're supposed to do. So that looks really good to me. You've also got these 2 stud launchers right there. And then on the bottom, we have this landing craft. Now I want to look at this really, really closely. It's held on by these 2 shifting mechanisms right there. And building this, I was looking at it strange, thinking, what is this for? Like it serves, you can put it up right there, which is normally how I keep it, and put it down. It serves no function whatsoever to help it like stay on the ground better. You could say it wears the stress off of the wings because these are bent at an angle. So you could say that, but when you put it down, there's no actual weight being pushed on it. And if there is, the weight just pushes it back up because it's not really strong enough to withstand that. It does break off really, really easily too. So for that, it's going to be getting the dock, but everything else makes these play features a 9 out of 10 for sure. Looking at the interior, this is where this set is probably lacking a little bit. The interior, we just have this one opening with 2 control panels, which were really, really nice. A seat that fits just the TIE Fighter pilot, nobody else. No handle for the blaster, none at all. And in the back there, you can see red and orange bricks in the build itself. That is really disgusting to look at, I have to say. You could say that you could put the blaster up there, but it rattles around and makes it just doesn't sit very well. I feel like a clip inside would have done better. I also feel like they should have had 2 cockpits. They have 2 things right here. Now, I'm not an expert on this, but I'm pretty sure that the TIE Bomber is in fact a ship that has both a pilot and a bombardier that should be either in the back of this, which they have plenty of space to do. I've even taken this apart myself to see if it can be modified to fit 2 people, which unfortunately I don't think it can without changing it significantly. But I really feel like they could have had another opening right there. It would have made it so much better. Even if they'd put another one right behind it, maybe a little bit even more realistic. For that reason, the interior, it's not the best. It's really not. And so we're going to be giving that a 5 out of 10. Moving on to minifigures. From left to right, we get an Imperial TIE Bomber pilot, which is exclusive. Vice Admiral Sloan, also exclusive. Darth Vader, which makes lots of appearances in other sets. You can see right back there, which you should also check that review out for the Boarding the Tantive 4. And a Gonk droid, which is also exclusive. Me personally, I don't really care for the Gonk droid. He's a good-looking Gonk droid, that's for sure. Like, I love these printed pieces. I love how they use that Imperial crate to make that work back there. And, you know, even side bonus thing, you could even store stuff inside of the Gonk droid if you really wanted to. I guess not really what the function is supposed to be, but definitely something that it can be used for. Looking at these minifigures though, we get a really nice Imperial pilot, looks very, very good. An exclusive Admiral Sloan, and this is also a really great minifigure. I love to get Imperial officers, especially ones that we've not seen before, seeing as, you know, they're more specific, they're more unique. A Darth Vader, which, you know, that's good. We could always do with another Darth Vader, don't have a problem with that. You can see some nice arm printing on that Darth Vader over there. And the nice fabric cape as well. For the pilot, we just get this basic head. Fun fact, that is also the same head that is used for Batman in numerous sets. And this Darth Vader, we get the damaged and worn face. So, the last thing I have to say for these minifigures though, it's a really great lot for 4, if you want to consider the Gonk droid, I would say 3 minifigures for a set that's going to cost you $65. You are not getting a lot. You're getting 2 minifigures, which I would say are essential to the set. Darth Vader could easily be replaced with a Stormtrooper or even, heck, another TIE Fighter pilot for a second cockpit like they should have had, which would make it a lot better. The Admiral, like, perfect right there. The Gonk droid, really, like, a Stormtrooper instead would have done so much better. I feel like this should have had at least 5 minifigures. I feel like it should have had another pilot and 1 or 2 Stormtroopers to go with it. I'm fine with them keeping these, but they need to at least add a couple to it. It's really just not enough for $65 set. Like, you really should be getting a little bit more minifigures, considering that, you know, that TIE Fighter over there, you're getting 3 minifigures, and that is $25 less than this set right now. So for minifigures, we're going to be giving it a 7 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with any of these design-wise. They all look wonderful. They all work in their own ways. But really, those 3 points, we should have had at least 1 more minifigure. A Stormtrooper would have gone so much. And the last thing, you probably heard me say it earlier, but some quick details for you is that this is still available on Lego. It does cost $65 on lego.com. However, in retail stores or even on Amazon, you can get this for $52 right now. It likely will be retiring soon since it's been out for about 21 months now. So definitely would recommend buying it at its lower price. But the $65 for all of this, and this is where I want to go back to that TIE Fighter, it's really a bit too much. That TIE Fighter, the size-wise, is roughly the same size as that one back there, which we talked about is a really, really small TIE Fighter. And this, I feel like, is a really, really small TIE Bomber. Of course, it's minifigure accurate, but so is TIE Fighters with much larger wings. And I really feel like that wing size is what's holding it back. But looking back straight to the cost, like we had the 2003 TIE Bomber retailed for $29.99. Of course, that's in 2003, so adjusted for inflation, if I had to guess, it's probably closer to $45 right now, which is still a lot more than this one is. And obviously you're getting a much better package with this, with the minifigures. But we've seen that Lego can make really great sets. Recently, they've had tons of great sets with great design, better interiors, and good minifigure lineups, and are still packing a punch in the size. And so I really think that for size, it's holding it back just a little bit, and that cost is going to be a 8 out of 10. Still a good cost though. Would highly recommend getting this soon before it retires. That's all I have to say for this set so far. Its total grade is going to be a 39 out of 50. It's going to give it a 78 and a C+ grade overall. Really looking at these categories, you can see interior and minifigures is what's holding this back. One more minifigure, one more cockpit would have made all the difference, especially that cockpit. This set, you know, that would have translated to the size of this set too. Like, I really feel one more cockpit would be accurate to what it's supposed to be like, and also help it just so much more in the design category, in the interior category. But overall, a really amazing set. It's really great that we have this after 20 years of no TIE Bomber, or a TIE Bomber with blue styling on the side. So really great that Lego's done this. They could do better, but an amazing set overall. Would highly recommend, especially, you know, with all that you're getting, including this little sidecar right here. It's a really great set, visually appealing for sure. So thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in reviews for any of these 4 sets back there, please check them out on my channel. Thank you.